Welcome to the Taille unique showroom, where we are supposed to listen to you just as you are. My dear models, please take a seat. We need to have a word. If you have taken a look at our storefront recently, you will have noticed that the main fitting room is closed. Before explaining this readjustment, we must share confidence with you. Standing in front of the Atelier's large mirror, under the harsh light, to examine one's own inner seams without cheating the measurements is uncomfortable. We know a thing or two about it. During the creation of our toile, the pins pricked us raw with every adjustment. The Atelier's mirror is unforgiving. Seam ripping the labels that reassure us in order to reweave a more authentic fabric requires immense courage. We understand this hesitation in those who were meant to cross the threshold of our fitting room. It is human to step back from the shears. But while we have absolute clemency for the difficulty of this fitting, we can no longer let the unpredictability of this weight wrinkle our own fabric. So we are recentering the Atelier, and this is precisely the essence of this pop-up format opening today. The pop-up is our thread counter. It is that exact moment when we take out our Taille magnifier to isolate a sample of our society or our intimate architecture and examine its weave very closely, with no guest in the fitting room, just us, the fabric, and the truth of the cut under the magnifier in the harsh light of the Atelier. We are, of course, keeping the mirror open for your feedback and voice notes, but for now, we are taking back exclusive control of our shears. This refocusing needs us to establish a new fundamental rule in the manufacture. Not a commandment, but a backstitch, which is a firm, definitive stitch we saw to prevent a piece of work from unraveling. This backstitch is as follows. We will no longer finance the unpredictability of others with our own yardage. For a long time, we operated on the principle of one-sided grace. We kept the needle on hold, waiting for the other to honor their cut. That is over. We now assume the thread will break. If it holds, it is a beautiful surprise. But our schedule, our manufacture, is no longer conditioned by the shapelessness of others. We made this decision to tighten our seams while observing another fabric. In the Atelier, we have our rituals. Recently, we returned to our comfort series, Shrinking, one of those shows that acts like an old, comforting cashmere. And in this new season, one silhouette captured all our attention, that of Michael J. Fox. Seeing him on screen pushed us to finally watch his documentary, Still. And right there, unfolding before our eyes, was the absolute, masterful definition of what we defend here. When our own body keeps the memory of physical snags, when our neurological system or proprioception constantly seeks its balance so as not to stumble, we know exactly how much immense energy it takes just to make the garment fall perfectly on our shoulders. It is a constant economy of material. But Michael J. Fox elevates this effort to an art form. Dear models, we are constantly sold the concept of resilience, but resilience is a stretchy plastic material. It is the spandex of the mind. It is that expectation demanding we absorb the pressure, allow ourselves to be warped out of shape, only to snap back to our original form with a smile, ready to endure the next tension. In this showroom, we refuse elastan. We do not do resilience. We do drape. In haute couture, a fabric that has the perfect drape is a fabric that maintains its balance, its architecture, and its guiding line, no matter how rough the movement. Look at Michael J. Fox in Still. Here is a man whose neurological system is under attack by Parkinson's disease. His own body violently shakes the mannequin. The thread trembles. The space gives way under his steps. Is he resilient? No. He has drape. When he appears on screen or in public, he does not hide the chaos of his raw material. He inhabits it with fierce dignity. He keeps the line of his shoulders. Parkinson's pulls at every seam, batters the weave of the fabric every second, but the cut remains impeccable. His intellectual and moral pattern never collapses. It is exactly this observation that motivated our Backstitch. If Michael J. Fox refuses to let the illness alter the drape of his silhouette, why should we accept to wrinkle our own fabric to mold ourselves to external uncertainties? Constantly stretching to compensate for missed appointments or threads left hanging is pulling on the bias of our own pattern. It is compromising the fall of our garment to try and accommodate a shoulder width that is not ours. Sewing a backstitch, gently closing the fitting room doors, is not a defensive action or the sign of a damaged fabric. It is a simple act of internal ecology. It is slipping a supportive armature into our lining. It is the boning of an invisible corset that keeps our spine straight when the weight of the external shapelessness threatens to make the fabric sag. My dear models, Taille invites you today to inspect your own mental wardrobes. In which relationships are you showing resilience by letting yourself be warped? And where could you, starting today, sew a backstitch and choose drape? Let's no longer leave our work suspended at the mercy of others. Let's adjust our own measurements, combine flexibility with our structure, and move forward with our own poise. The showroom is closing its doors for today. A new episode of Shrinking and Our Cashmere awaits us. If the cutting line of this fitting resonates with the piece you are crafting, remember to subscribe to the podcast on your favorite listening platform, leave us a rating to help others find the pattern that fits them, and let's continue the discussion on social media. And remember, if no size fits you, wear your own. See you soon.